Hey, what's happening, Champion Squad? Welcome your beautiful faces back to the channel. And today we're going to be continuing the solo series where I go into games solo and then break down my decision making. And today's legend choice is going to be Fuse. It was the most requested from the last video. So if you guys want to see a specific legend of your choice, be sure to comment down below on what you want to see.
Hands off, that's a Prezi for Fusey. Cheers very much. Energy ammo here. Got us a new kid. Well, take it down. Reload.
And the first thing I want to talk about in this video doesn't even have to do with Fuse, and this can be done with any legend, and that's going to be shot selection. And we have a great example in front of us here with this Vantage that flew past me. I decided to wait until she dropped from her tactical to start firing at her. If I tried to take some shots while she was flying past me in the air, there's no way I'm going to be hitting every shot unless my shot is absolutely electric and I'm completely warmed up. So the best way to bypass this is firing at the best possible opportunity. And you can make more use out of that first mag that you dump on someone.
Reload.
And what I love doing with Fuse is using my knuckle cluster as a sound distraction, because that knuckle cluster is like another nade, thermite, and every time I say when you're using thermites, use it as a sort of vision distraction and an audio distraction. And with your knuckle clusters, you get two, they're on cycle, they refresh very quickly. So this is a great way to take advantage with Fuse when you're pushing squads.
Care package being delivered.
Reloading.
Heads up. Care package coming in.
Enemy kill. Nice kill. Strike out.
We should go here. They spotted me. Taking shots.
Stand back.
Broken enemy shield.
The next thing I want to talk about when it comes to decision making, especially when you're solo, is knowing when you have a blind spot on an enemy, even though they might have a good angle on you. So even though where I'm at right now was a threat a few seconds ago, because I did that damage, that allots me the time to look where I want to look, deal the damage I want to deal, and go from there. So don't be afraid to turn your back on enemies after you've done the damage. And the second thing I want to cover is I do a great job of covering my teammates. So after I did that damage to that person on top of train, I looked to my left and did 20 damage to this player crossing to the left side of the house. If you notice, my teammate is also in this house, and my teammate's health is cracked. So he has about 100 HP. If that 1v1 goes down, this enemy is going to have more health than my teammate. So once I noticed my Wraith teammate was getting pushed by another player that had more health, I immediately went for the backup. We just picked up that knock to help out our teammate. Notice my health. I'm not down too much. I'm about down 50 HP. So in a situation like this where you get a knock and you don't take too much damage, instead of full healing, look to take advantage of positioning and cover for that next push. I think one of the biggest mistake players make is trying to full heal all the time, when in reality, if they take advantage of an angle, it's not going to matter if you have less health than the enemy, because you'll be more prepared and you'll get the better of the bullet exchange.
Enemy down.
Now here's something very important that I do in this situation. Now instead of me capitalizing and getting aggressive and pushing in this situation, remember, we had that Pathfinder off to the right that I cracked initially, but in a few seconds, that Pathfinder is going to be fully healed up and probably going to repeat that same angle. So my right side is still a big threat in this situation. And if I push up mid here, it doesn't have the most cover, so it wouldn't be the smartest push. So instead, what I like to do in this situation, I'm going to back up and do a mini wide right rotation. But this time, it's going to let me play a little bit more aggressive on this right side, because I know my mid is going to be free. I did the damage in mid, and that's going to free up the right side for a fair gunfight exchange.
Enemy shield. Firing a frag. Frag Zora. Recharging your shield.
Recharging shields.
Recharging my shields.
One enemy knuckle cluster. That enemy shield. Enemy squad's dead.
Bam! Bam!
What do you say we move here?
Sending out another me.
Now in this next clip, it's going to be a great example on how to effectively use Fuse's ultimate when it's not sort of used on a building. Because remember, with the Fuse update, when they buffed Fuse ultimate, it highlights enemies that are now within the circumference of the circle. But instead of using it for that benefit, you can also use it to block off cover that enemies are trying to use. These blue bins here and these blue boxes, these enemies cannot be using those bins anymore. Yes, they can stay on the inside and play in the middle and do absolutely nothing for their team. So I'm using my ultimate to block cover, and then I start working wide right to see if I can catch any stragglers running away from my Fuse ult. Just like our tactical, the Fuse ult also makes a lot of noise. Plus, it's also a visual distraction. You need to play off your tactical and play off your ultimate when you're playing Fuse. He's a very good opener to any fight.
All squads down. Make right.
Healing up. You'll be right.
Patching myself up.
Any shotgun ammo? Getting shot at.
Replicator on its way. Here comes the old knuckle cluster.
To the bam! I'm running out of ideas.
Launching me knuckle cluster.
Ha! Bamboozles for the foozles. Yeah, I said it.
Being shot at.
Getting shot at.
Here comes the old knuckle cluster. Shields.
The next quick tip I want to cover, which can be used again with any legend for this sake, is going to be abusing head glitches or abusing head peaks, whatever you want to call it. And that's when you're playing right behind a ledge, and if you crouch yourself, you can still see the enemy, but you're not exposing your full body. You're just exposing your chest and above. And yes, the enemy does have a little bit more opportunities to get headshots on you in that case, but if you're keeping a good stray speed and you're keeping good movement momentum, you're a very tough target to hit. And when you can pull it off effectively, you can easily outgun the enemy and they won't get much damage off on you.
Reload. Go here, fella.
Decoy. Wait, come on, not the decoy.
Cluster. Recharging me shield.
Sending
Getting shot at.
troops o'clock. Shot fired. Me. Reload.
That was the last one in the squad. Grenade, fellas.
Recharge.
Unload. Bring squad
And here we go with round 2. Another fuse ult goes down. Guess what? We're using it for the same exact strategy. So again, what that's going to do is block off any cover playability all in this area. So I was getting pushed by a whole new team in that area. And with that fuse ult, it prevented them from pushing as aggressive.
Close. Knuckle cluster out.
Shots fired and they're hitting me.
Going to phase.
Firing.
And here's where things get very interesting. So we just ran away from that one team, and Wraith said there's another squad firing. So we're getting fourth party, should I say. And that fourth party is located exactly where my Wraith is phasing into. The other team is here. We are currently being sandwiched. And you never want that to happen in Apex Legends. It's the worst possible thing. And if you can pick it up early when you know you're getting sandwiched, make sure you adjust and relocate. So for our case, it's going to be backing up towards this choke spot. That way we can sort of turn our backs and have all of the enemies to our front. And yes, we are risking that 50-50 gamble of somebody pushing us from Harvester, but I'd rather take that chance than staying in the position that we currently are in.
I've been downed.
Bam, there goes the foozle.
We ought to go here. Knuckle cluster spotted. Shots fired.
That's hitting me.
Juicing me.
Wake up, ring.
Recharging me shield. Got a rampage here.
So finally, both teams decided to fight each other, and me and my teammate are coming up on a beautiful third party. Now this fight is happening around this rock, this general area here. Not really much of anything going down on this rock. So that is my opening here to climb up, get height, and take advantage of this positioning. And when you're playing a character like this, you need to take advantage of positioning first and then start working the fight.
Hostile right here, right in front of me. I think this place needs a little more me.
Recharging me shield. Clown taken. Change positive here.
Broken enemy shield. Decoy escape deployed. Giving my shield.
Reloading. Launching me knuckle cluster. One squad left. Let's go break their hearts, eh?
Reloading.
Recharging me shield.
Rings close. 1 more minute.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, last squad. There's an enemy player already on height, so not only did they take advantage of the best positioning possible in this fighting situation, they also have a 3-man team. So it's a 2v3 situation. We're on the low ground. I heard someone also to my right, so we are in a really bad spot right now. And again, since we're playing Fuse, we can't really escape this situation. The only cover that's around me is this giant rock. So I could do one of two things in this situation. I could either roam around this rock left to right in hopes that this player on top of me doesn't destroy me, or I can force this gunfight exchange on this lifeline here, it looks like. If I do any type of damage on this lifeline and I know she has to heal, that is my opening to start scaling this rock and try and match the high ground with her.
Being shot at. Cracked an enemy shield.
Reloading.
Moving there.
Throw my grenade out.
Bring. We knuckle cluster. Shooting at me.
Recharge my shield.
Shooting the frag.
30 seconds.
Juicing me shields. That enemy shield.
Thank you guys for spending a couple minutes of your day with me. If you enjoyed today's video or found anything helpful, don't forget to leave a like rating. It is always appreciated. Let's see if we can break 1,000 likes. If you guys want to see a breakdown with Bangalore and how we can use smokes to make portable cover, be sure to check out this video here. And with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.